One morning, Thomas was at the quayside in a small village. Fish were being loaded into his trucks. The work took a long time. The fishermen were using old equipment, and Thomas was worried.
I'm going to be late for Henry at the docks. He won't like this. Please hurry up and... Ah, cinders and ashes!
His driver and fireman laughed.
Phew! What a pong!
He was glad when they were speeding along the beautiful coastal run. Then they saw a man waving a red flag.
What's the matter now?
High tides are damaging the track, reported the man. I've marked the spot,
We'll go and inspect.
said the driver. Soon, they came to the damaged track that the man was talking about.
It will be dangerous for heavy engines, so it can be.
Agreed the driver.
But for Thomas, he's safe enough.
The guard left a red oil lamp by the damaged track to warn engines. When we get to the docks, I'll tell them to close the line, he said. Then Thomas puffed away past the old track. Meanwhile, Henry was waiting at the docks for Thomas's cars. Until Thomas finally puffed in. Huh! You're late, and that smell is making me ill, Thomas,
I can't help it, it's the fish.
said Thomas.
And there's danger on the rails. That's why we're late.
Huh! You're the only danger on the rails, Thomas. Now stop wasting your time and get your trucks hitched to my train. Thomas's driver and fireman were in the yardmaster's office when they heard Henry's whistle. He was steaming out of the station with his long, heavy train called the Flying Kipper. He chuffed happily away.
What route is Henry taking tonight?
The coastal one. It's the quickest.
But I told you, that's dangerous for a big engine like Henry.
Said the driver, while the yardmaster quickly phoned the signalman. Henry roared past. The signalman was answering the telephone, but he couldn't hear the warning. By the time he did, Henry was far away in a cloud of steam. But when Henry reached the coastal track, his hopes for a fast run were dashed. Fog floated everywhere. I can't see, cried Henry, nor could his driver. And when he could, it was too late. Driver, stop! 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 Oh no! Help! Oh, my train! No! Oh! As soon as the tide was high enough, Henry was craned out of the water. Engines do not swim, Henry. You were meant to deliver the fish, not swim with them. You should know that by now. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. When Henry arrived at the docks, Cranky looked down on him.
My, Henry. I expect you have some fishy tales to tell. But take my advice. Have a long coast down fast.
Look, they've caught all this fish and a green whale too. No, it's not a whale, it's a monster.
Henry was most upset. Thomas now felt sorry for Henry.
Come on. Your driver says it's time for a nice wash then. Then you feel much better.
And Henry did. I'm sorry it was rude to you, Thomas.
That's alright. But can you smell something?
What?
Fresh air!
Oh yes, replied Henry happily.